It was really smart. Really smart competition right there, you know.
Here
but
he goes.
You know what? He may have, and look, and they've given him, he takes the next wave. How does that work for him? It's
I don't think anyone wanted that.
They sure should have, because that was a good wave. You know, Ryan.
So the clock is ticking. How much time we got?
It's almost over. I think
Here we go.
On the buzzer.
Lester.
Andrew Lester.
Boom.
Wow,
Ooh,
that was huge.
We can't really.
He lands it clean.
What does he need? What score did he need?
He needed a 7.93.
I don't know if he'll get it. I don't
know what.
It'll be around there. It'll be in the sevens, but you never know though.
No, it was right on the buzzer, so the judges are going to be excited.
Yep. And we didn't get the good angle either.
So we don't see how far he flew. He looked like a set wave.
Here we go.
And let's see if we can see it from this
angle.
angle.
Okay, so he needs a 7.93.
It's a bigger wave than Jacob's.
Yeah.
And look at the bowl.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Wow, that could almost take.
Oh, no.
Huge.
Wow. Jeez, didn't we call this heat? Wow.
Wow, is Jonesy stressing too? Jonesy
was that in the comp? Was that in the comp?
It was going to be on the buzzer. Well, I'm not sure.
Here we go. This is going to be interesting.
We don't
know if that was in the comp or not. I'm assuming it had to have been. You know? I don't know if that's the official scores yet with the updated ones.
We don't know that.
Well, it's definitely not Andrew's last wave because it wasn't a 2.
So yeah, it's tough out here.
It's pending. The result is still pending. Andrew Lester might go from 4th to 2nd, knocking Ryan Hardy out with that last wave.
Yeah, if it counted, the buzzer may have blown.
Unless look at Hardy biting his fingers. It was after the hooter. We just got word.
So
that is
Lester
spewing.
Wow, Ryan Hardy coming through by the skin of his teeth, but just actually not really.
What a good show though. What a good way to go down.
Yeah.
If you're going to go down in flames.
Go down swinging. And congrats to Jacob Romero for winning that heat.
Yeah,
that was huge. Ryan Hardy 2nd, and they're on through.
Well, I'm going to hand over the dream team, Jeff Hubbard and Manny Vargas, and I'm going to go and get some money off Jonesy. So much needed debt that he's
this is the first man-on-man heat. We have Chad Jackson with a huge flip. Can he handle it? And he's up against Mark McCarthy, I think, in this round. Doesn't look like Chaddy didn't make it. Looks like the winds are. He did make it. So Chad made that flip on his first wave. That's a great way to start his campaign. So this is the heat. This is the quarterfinals right here. Man-on-man quarterfinals. Mark McCarthy versus the local Chad Jackson. Look at Chad on his very first wave. It was a huge flip. I mean, that was incredible. Wow. And he lands it clean. Wow. So yeah, the judges are going to be frothing on that. What a way to start a heat. But I mean, he's up against Mark McCarthy. This guy has been dropping 9s. He's ranked 9 in the world, and he's been dropping 9s every heat, just smoking guys, getting these amazing pits. And Mark's such a talented surfer and one of the best competition surfers because he's always on the best waves. And so even though Chad started out with a great wave, you can't, count out Mark that he's not going to just come back with something even bigger and better. That's what's kind of exciting about watching him.
Chad Jackson, though, he's a wild card. So we saw what the wild card did at El Fronton, the last event on the 2011 tour.
Jason
Finlay came in as a wild card and took the whole event, took out all the big hitters. Could Chad Jackson do the same thing here at the box?
He sure could. This is, one of his home breaks. He surfs out here. He has a local knowledge. So he's definitely, probably one of the biggest threats out here. The local guys left are Ryan Hardy, Chad Jackson, and Mitch Rollins. Those guys have the best local knowledge. And Chad showing it there with that pick of that first wave, The conditions are getting tough, Manny.
Yeah, I mean, from the get-go, the waves were here. We had solid waves, 4 or 5, occasional 6-foot dredging barrels coming off the shallows of the box. But this wind is not cooperating, adding a little bit more texture on the wave. So now the guys have to negotiate not only from the takeoff, but inside the barrel, and even when they're landing these big moves, because as soon as it hits that inside section, the wave itself pretty much stops. I mean, there's no momentum to push you out of these maneuvers, and it's just a matter of wave selection now.
Yeah, it's definitely what it comes down to. Who's going to be catching the best waves? The riders' skill levels all there at this point. So if you get the best waves, you're gonna probably win the heat. So I mean, that's been Mark McCarthy's strategy. He's been on every good wave in the last couple heats he's been in and just dominating. Look, he's passing this one up, giving it to Chad, and Chad, nope, not a good wave there for Chad Jackson. He pulls off, takes his chances, waits for another.
And we saw the last day of competition, the conditions deteriorated from heat number 7 and heat number 8, the last 2 heats of the round number 3. But Jared Houston still was able to negotiate and find these sections. And in fact, he pulled off a gigantic invert towards the end of the day. So don't take your eyes off the monitor, because there are still big bombs, big sections to be had by all these competitors. And now that we're in the man-on-man situation, anything's possible, because they can catch a wave, get back out to the lineup, and do it again. So plenty of time for these guys to put it on the line.
Yeah, and the level of riding, you get to the quarterfinals, everyone steps up a notch, and they put on their best show. They know this is the road to the final. They're that close. And in a man-on-man heat, out of the box, 25 minutes, they know they can do this. And so they're just going to wait and try and catch the best waves and just put on a show for us.
That's right. We will adjust the time on your screen. You do see it counting down from 30 minutes, but these are 25-minute quarterfinal heats. And taking a look right there, Chad Jackson pulling off on that one. Again, Chad Jackson is wearing the yellow jersey, and Mark McCarthy in red. Now, the best seat in the house has to be those guys in the channel.
Oh, yeah. I can see some guys out there just sitting in the channel watching it, the caddies, the Groms. See my brother out there. He was caddying for Jacob Romero, and all the WA Groms just sitting out there enjoying the show. I mean, they're learning. They're having fun watching their heroes out there and having fun, learning what they got to do to win this contest one day when they grow up.
How important are board caddies out here at the box?
Well, Manny, it's such a far wave out. So, I mean, you lose an item, you lose a board, you lose a fin. If you don't have someone out there with it, the heat's over. So it's crucial.
So you have your backup equipment standing by in the channel for whatever reason. Broken boards, lost fins, whatever, broken leashes. It's possible out here at the box. Chad Jackson leading the charge. Mark McCarthy out there just waiting patiently.
Yeah. Chad Jackson got a 5.13, as you can all see on your screen, for that first flip. I thought it might have been a little higher, but I guess, the judges realize that this is the quarterfinals. They have to, pull everything back, readjust the scale, because I think they think that things are going to get pretty gnarly here. They think everyone's going to be going bigger and badder, and they saw some crazy moves in that last heat. Andrew Lester's last wave was phenomenal, but that didn't count. And so I think that might have scaled throw the scale back, and we'll see what these guys can do if they can do something like Andrew did.
Once again, welcome everybody. This is the quarterfinals 2012 IBA Box Pro, brought to you by Reflex Wetsuits. Also, Freedom Fins. We have Bodyboard King, Slicks and Decks, and Riptide. We are confirming that these are 30-minute quarterfinals, 30 minutes. So what you see on the screen is correct. 23 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in this heat.
Yeah, 30-minute heats. That's really good for these guys. I guess, with the deteriorating conditions, it's probably a good call.
More time to catch more waves, to get those solid waves. Again, $1,000. We still don't know who's walking away with that Freedom Fins round that just went past. We just finished off the Freedom Fins round number 4, where the best move out of that round, out of those heats, those 4 heats, walks away with an extra $1,000 in their pocket.
Yeah, $1,000 Australian, probably $1,080 US, Manny.
Yeah, the US dollar is not going very far here in Australia.
No.
But we got to do what you got to do. I'm holding on to all those $1 and $2 coins that I usually just lay around. Now they're filling up my pockets and my backpack. Man. Yeah, a little satchel of gold sitting on my counter at home.
Yeah, look at these guys just waiting out there patiently. Mark's been doing this all event, just waiting patiently for those great waves, and that's his strategy, and it seems like he's sticking to it. Chad's been looking at a lot of waves. He's in second priority right now, even though he's got winning the heat. He's in second priority, meaning that Mark can choose any wave he wants and has priority to go. And Chad's, since he has second priority, he's just looking at anything, seeing what he can take to get another score. And if there's a good wave that Mark doesn't want, he'll take it.
So 30 minutes, man-on-man quarterfinals out in the water. We have 4 quarterfinals. Then we jump into the semifinals. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We will have the final for the 2012 Box Pro going down today. Thank you all for tuning in. Manny V with Jeff Hubbard, the legend himself. Chad Jackson out there in yellow taking a look, pulling back. And hubby guys, I like to throw out questions on the IBA World Tour Facebook page when we do have the riders in here. So I got a question from Anton for you. Your favorite wave in Australia.
Wow, favorite wave in Australia. Gosh, there's a lot of really good waves here. I think
Let me take that back. He has an S on waves, so give me your top 3 waves.
Top 3 waves? Well, I'll do Shark Island, Nungin, and you know what? North Point.
You're having fun at North Point.
Gosh, those waves are all, world-class bodyboarding waves. And, yeah, you can't get any better if they're as good as they get on their day.
There you have it. There you have it, on tone. So if you guys have any other questions for Jeff Hubbard, cruise on over. Open another page on IBA World Tour Facebook page. And look at this, Chad Jackson finding a smaller one, trying to make something happen right there, but not much there for Chad.
No, he's just trying to get a second score on the board. He has second priority, so Mark can take the best waves right now. And so we're looking to see what, if that's going to actually even count. He kind of landed off the back, it looked like, for that roll. This wave totally deteriorated on him. So he's not going to be happy with that. He's going to paddle back out, and he knows he needs something a lot bigger if he wants to win this heat.
So, Hubby guys, I got a couple questions for you, but standing by right now was the winner of the Freedom Fins round, Jones Russell. So Freedom Fins throwing down 100 or 1,000 Aussie dollars for this guy right here. Biggest move, Chad Jackson. Jones Russell.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Jones Russell. He's a very happy man. He's about to be $1,000 richer for winning the Freedom Fins Go Big Award. Congratulations, Jonesy.
Thanks, Shaggy.
You are $1,000 richer. Yeah. Look at that. How does that feel, winning $1,000 for doing a big air?
Yeah, it feels good. I was so nervous after it though. Jacob Romero did a few airs in the last heat, but didn't land him. So I was like, chewed all my fingernails off. So I come away with the win. That was good.
That's good. Hey? Little nerves in the 4th round.
I won and I didn't even know it really.
Well, congratulations. You can go get ready for your quarterfinal heat now.
Thank you.
A little shout out to Breakall quickly.
Breakall. I can't. It's money everywhere, and it's all my sponsors. Yeah, Junes, Bodyboard King, Turbo, and Flip Mode.
Flip Mode. Yep. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Shags. So yeah, that was one happy camper, and he's got another heat to go. He's got to go do that again and again, all the way to the final.
Wow. What if he takes the Freedom Fins round, also takes the Box Pro? Totally possible.
Totally possible. Look, this is what we missed during the heat. During the interview, it was Chad Jackson getting a nice little barrel.
Oh, nice.
And so, that'll help you get a good second score. Oh, Mark McCarthy. This is what he's been doing all day. Just
all day.
Barrel
Nice.
to big roll. That's an awesome way to start a heat for anyone. So that was Mark McCarthy, first wave off the bat. Wow.
All right, so there you have it. Now both riders have a wave on their scorecard. Here's another look from the Slicks and Decks water angle. Seamus Makeham and Chris White on jet ski, the Labyrinth, out there sitting in the channel. Reflex replay. Here's another look at Mark McCarthy.
Yeah, look at him sitting deep in that pit. He's been waiting a while for this one, about 10 minutes, and rolls right out of it. A nice big roll. Gosh, you could not ask for a better way to start a heat than that. Mark McCarthy looking strong. He's been doing that in all his heats. He's been catching the best waves, getting the best barrels, and that one was actually a really good rollout. That was probably the best rollout I've seen him do. It was really technical, and you got some height on it too, Manny. Judges are going to love it.
Jeff, you were out there a couple days ago. Unfortunately, you got knocked out of the event. But what happens to the sitting spot? When it's nice and glassy, you see 4 guys out there. You kind of have an idea where to sit, where's a spot to sit for the waves to come in. Now, with these conditions, there's only 2 guys out. How do you find that sweet spot, that sweet zone to take off on these waves?
Well, I think, Chad Jackson, he's the local out here. He probably has a patch of reef with his name on it. He probably looks down and can see the that little dab of reef that he usually sees, and so he knows exactly where to sit. It's probably the reef markers, and I think that's how I would, if I was a local, how I would gauge my lineup. You can also look at lineups on the beach and the headlands and whatnot, but since box is so far out and it's hard to line up out at the box. Usually, like you said, you line up with your competitors. Everyone's sitting around, but if you're a local, you got a little sweet spot. So Mark should be following Chad.
All right.
Up and riding.
Chad Jackson coming around the section. Big flip right there, but pulls it off on the second wave, the secondary wave behind the main wave. And I don't know how the judges will score that. Was that a complete move? He didn't actually land on the wave in the front.
Wow, that's
tough call.
It's a tough call for Chad because he took off and the wave was great. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Look at this bowl. It just was unfortunate that the wave had a kink in it.
Yep.
So that wasn't even his fault. you know, and so he lands where he should have landed, but the wave, there's another little wind chop in front of him that made it look like he didn't complete it cleanly.
Hubby guys, we got the bodyboard interview with Shaggy and the winner of the last heat. Shaggy, where you at, big brother?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Jacob Romero, the winner of the last heat for the Bodyboard King interview. Jacob, congratulations! You won. You're into the fourth quarterfinals. How does that feel?
Yeah, I feel great. I'm feeling good, and yeah, thanks.
At the beginning of the contest, did you ever think you'd make it this far?
Yeah, kind of. Like I always feel confident when I surf, so I'm feeling good and I'm ready to go for sure.
Now, that invert you did was phenomenal. What happened?
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, reversing maybe, and I'll land more in the soft part, and I kind of played it safe and just inverted and kind of over-rotated it. So maybe next heat, reverse if I get that kind of section.
Watch out, people, in the next heat. Jacob's going for air reverses. Congratulations. A little shout out to the boys back in Maui.
Yeah, to my family, most of all my friends all over the world. I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Back to you guys.
That was cool, man. That was an awesome interview. He was stoked, and I like it. He's focused. He's ready for the next heat, and he knows what he did wrong, which is great, and he's going to do even better in the next heat. Yeah, watch out. I worry.
How is it being at that level, saying, yeah, that was a big invert, but you know what? I should have done a big air reverse spin on there, and he's able to do it.
Oh yeah, he can do those things maybe easier than the inverts. He's so talented. So it's pretty cool that he can actually say that. Yeah, I should have done something else.
Well, his time was coming. I mean, he's been putting in some serious time on the world tour, starting from trials and doing a couple GQSs as well. But I think this could be his time. The Box Pro, waiting for that first place spot to be filled. Could it be Jacob Romero?
Yeah, I think it could be his time. I mean, he's got some heavy competition. He did just, take Ryan Hardy, got second in that heat. So, hey, if he can beat Ryan out at the box, maybe he can beat anyone. I mean, obviously it was a 4-man heat, and Ryan was just trying to advance. But, it shows a lot right there that Jacob was able to, take out, the defending champ and place ahead of him. But Ryan is still in the vent, and Ryan's going to be looking to go back-to-back as well, and so he's going to be up in the quarterfinal heats man-on-man, and man, Ryan's going to be deadly man-on-man in the box against Ryan Hardy. I wouldn't want to be in that position.
No way. Looks like Ryan Hardy will be coming up next, I believe. We're taking a look at the quarterfinals list right now, but again, quarterfinals, 30 minutes long. Top 2 waves will be scored. Only one rider will advance on to the semifinals. Again, going man-to-man in the semifinals, and then a man-to-man heat in the finals. So that's going to be an incredible sight to see. Jeff, question. How do you maintain? Hold on to that question. Look at this, forming up, nothing right there. But
wow.
we'll get back to your question that I'm going to ask you because I don't want to ask it right now because it could be some waves coming in out the back.
Yeah, we got a crucial scenario. Mark got a 7.88 on his first wave, and which was really good to start off his campaign with. And Chad Jackson's last wave was a 4.68. Yeah, the guys, Shaka boys.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Jet Stone, the local hero. Oh, yeah, Jet White. I always see him with Jake Stone, so I almost think it's Jake's kid. He spends more time with Jake than he does with Whitey.
No.
But that's only on the videos. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, that was a good mess up by me. I like it. I'll take that facial. But yeah, Chad, he's in first place still, but he's got just a couple mid-range scores, and Mark is in second, and he's got one really good score. So Mark doesn't need much to get to. He needs a 1.93 to go into first place. Chad really has to step up his game here. I think he's got priority, and he's going to be looking to just, improve on those waves he's had.
All right, looks like the sun is popping out right now for this quarterfinal number 1. Chad Jackson in yellow leading the charge. Mark McCarthy in second. One rider advancing on to the semifinals. So I was going to ask you, how hard is it? I mean, we saw you get knocked out in round number 3, and how do you maintain from just throwing your boards, and how do you maintain from going all John McEnroe?
Oh, I got some sick waves in my heat, so I wasn't too bummed. I got shocked out of my mind to the box and had a good heat. I just was unlucky to come up against Mitch and Mark. Those guys are probably going to make it pretty far in this event. They look like the guys to beat, basically. Mark's been dropping 9s. Mitch has been super consistent. So yeah, it's one of those things. You just head down and just look for the next event, and yeah, it'll be cool. But and enjoy the show today, because that's what it's all about, is watching what's happening right now. And Mark McCarthy's out there with one good wave, and he's looking for that backup. He's in second priority, Manny, so that means he's going to be kind of just sniffing out any old wave he can to get that score of a 1.93.
Oh, my.
He might have got it on that. It's not impossible.
Well, Chad Jackson out there in the yellow jersey, and he has priority. What can he do to fend off Mark McCarthy from getting that second wave? And first, what is the priority system man-on-man? Explain to the viewers.
Well, so it's a man-on-man priority situation. So if you paddle for or ride a wave, you will lose your priority spot. So if Chad who is in first priority at the moment, if he paddles for or catches the wave, then Mark will go to first priority, because right now Mark is in second priority, and vice versa.
Okay. Well, hold that thought for a second. We're going to come right back right after this. Once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2012 IBA Box Pro, bringing you the live feed from the west coast of Australia here in beautiful Margaret River. Currently out in the water, quarterfinal number 1, man versus man heat. This is it. Chad Jackson leading the charge, and Mark McCarthy currently in second. Tons of time left in this heat, 10 minutes remaining. But right now, Chad Jackson holding it down, the wild card.
Yeah, wild card's out in front, but not by much. Mark needs a 1.93, and basically he's got 10 minutes left to basically catch a wave. So I'm pretty sure Mark's actually sitting in the most comfortable position at the moment, even though he's in second place. And Chad probably knows he needs to catch a bomb. He needs to get a high score to solidify that first place. And look at the conditions, man. It's gotten pretty choppy out there. Look at Chad. This is it. This is what he's been waiting for, holding first priority on.
Nice little bottom turn right there. Maintains his rail. Slides under the pocket, gets in the barrel, and not staying open for him to come out of that barrel. The wave selection, it's going to be pretty tough as the winds start coming up.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that wave looked great. He took off, had a good line in the chop. Like, he got through the barrel in the first part, and then it kind of stepped out on him. And then the whole the third section right at Mr. Lippy just went too fast and just caved in on the poor guy. And yeah, I feel for him. He really, really needed a good wave to get a high score there. And now Mark McCarthy's going to be in first priority and only needs a 1.93 to overtake him. So yeah, Chad needed something else to happen on this wave besides not making the tube. But look at that control. See, he's really good. Any other day at the box, that probably would have been a really good makeable wave. But today, with the wind and the onshores coming in, tough conditions out there at the moment. And you know what? We got a lot more heats to go, Manny. I mean, this is just the first quarterfinal. It's early in the morning here. This wind is going to be with us the rest of the day. So I mean, we're going to have to get used to these conditions. And the competitors, they're seasoned vets. They know what it's going to take, and they're ready for it. And they're going to give us a show regardless of what happens out here.
And here's a quick look back on the reflex replay of what was going down as we were showing you the other one, Mark McCarthy sliding under the pocket and coming out. These in and out barrels are going to be hard to find, so if you get them, that's going to only help your cause. Yeah,
Mark McCarthy, that was a great wave right there for him. Nice barrel, got caught up in the spin on the way out, but it looked like he still maintained it, and yeah, he's definitely going to be pushing through to first place after that wave. And so he's his board caddy out there, Wesley Fisher's probably telling him the scenario, keeping him informed. It's really nice, having a board caddy out there that's really knowledgeable about the ocean and competitions. He's probably able to actually have an advantage over maybe Chad, who may not know the scores, where Wesley will probably be able to tell Mark whether he's in first or second just by gauging the waves, because Wesley's such a seasoned vet. And Wesley's got his boards and fins out there for Mark, so Mark can kind of go out there and just do anything. And if he loses a board or fins, Wesley's got his back as far as his board caddy. And I'm not sure who's caddying for Chad. But maybe his beard's carrying a couple extra fins in there or something.
Well, Chad Jackson obviously looking trimmed there in the rider profile, so he's definitely one to watch out here. He's coming in as a wild card. Again, we saw the Australian wild card, Jace Finlay, take out the entire competition at El Fronton, the last event on the 2011 tour. Now, getting ready for his heat, just a little bit more full of a pocket with $1,000 Australian dollars in his wetsuit from winning the Freedom Fins round number 4. Biggest move, and now he will face off with Dave Winchester in heat number 2 of the quarterfinals. This is going to be a very, very good and interesting heat to watch.
Yeah,
the sun is out, but the conditions.
Yeah, the conditions are tough. I mean, Jonesy, look at him playing around. He's just so relaxed, so stoked. Look at him. He's putting the seaweed on his head, his little crown. I mean, maybe it's a preemptive victory he's trying for. He's just so stoked, and just, man, you can tell that it's either going to really help him how relaxed he is, or maybe he's just going to, be weighted down by all that money in his pocket. He may not even be able to get to the lip anymore. I've seen it happen before, so hopefully he'll still put on a good show for us.
Well, the cool thing about the Aussie dollar is that it's waterproof, so you can take that anywhere.
You sure can. That's really, really convenient when you come in from your heat or coming from surfing. You can have a little snack. Go get a coffee. Go get some chips.
So, hubby guys, I got a couple questions from you from our fans on the IBA World Tour Facebook page. Ben asks, life after pipe. You came off a win at the first event of the 2012 World Tour. So how's it been? What have you been doing for the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, just training, just having a good time, getting ready for the box event. We haven't had too much waves in Hawaii, but I was surfing waves that were similar, kind of similar to the box and the way they break, and made sure I was in good shape for this. And yeah, felt good out in the water here, and it was cool.
Okay.
It was psyching.
Preparation.
Still amped. Yeah,
Preparation. We're about 3 weeks to a month out from Arica.
Yeah.
The next stop in Chile. What do you do to prepare for that?
Surf left-hand reef breaks that break onto dry reef. So practice rolling onto some rocks, get your body all hardened up, and
throw some razor blades on the bottom of the water, because the sea urchins and the reefs in Chile Arica pretty intense.
Yeah, it's probably one of the heaviest spots on tour, and it's intimidating. Don't get me wrong, but you got to go out there and just forget all about that when you're in heat, and that's probably what makes the competition so awesome to watch out there, where everyone kind of forgets what they're surfing over. Whereas if in the free surfing, you see guys holding back a little bit, you see guys cruising, relaxing. Yeah. But in the competition, it's no holds barred, free for all at Arica. And so we saw Guilherme Tamega just dominating it last year, and with some spectacular performances, almost trying to headbutt the reef on purpose, getting extra points. Just Unreal. He's amazing. He's an animal, and so he's going to be the guy to beat out there, I would assume, this year. I know he didn't come to this event. He's just been training for Arica. He wants it that bad. He decided not to come to a right and just practice lefts back in Hawaii at Pipeline.
Well, Pipeline was always feels good, I'm sure, to win in your backyard. Talk to us about that entire event unfolding in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, the waves are just as good as they get for Pipeline 3 days in a row, and just to come out and to win in those waves, it was awesome. Right in front of the boys, the hometown. You saw Kainoa there. And see me getting barreled right there. I mean, gosh, it's just, you can't ask for better waves. It's some of the best waves I've ever surfed in the contest. So it's pretty impressive to watch all day and watch the level of riding go on and see the guys ripping and know you have to do that and go out there and if you want to bring it home. And so Ryan Hardy's gonna, he's looking to do that. He's in the quarterfinals. He's looking to bring home a repeat championship here at his home turf at the box. And if anyone can do it, it's Ryan.
Is that like the best feeling, is winning on your home turf?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just like you're winning in front of your friends and family and winning in your home break, and pumping waves. I mean, that's another thing in waves that are just flawless. You can't ask for much more. But, yeah, I mean, right now we got some hectic conditions out of the box. I mean, look at that. You can see the wind is coming in full effect. We knew it was going to be glassy this morning, but this onshore breeze was predicted. We were not sure when it was going to show up, Manny, but it is now in full force, and Chad Jackson is on the ropes, man. This guy must have just caught a wave. Maybe we might have missed it. He needs a 7.36 to get up to Mark McCarthy. He doesn't look too confident right there. Kind of a bummer. We'll see what's happening out there. Maybe, I'm not sure if the heat's over or what. He's just kind of cruising back. He looks pretty relaxed. Hopefully he can get back out there and give it a go and see if he can get get up and challenge Mark for this first place spot, which Mark is holding down pretty smoothly with a 7.88, Manny.
There you have it. We have about 2 minutes remaining. So I think Mark McCarthy knows he has the priority and probably will fend off Chad Jackson and force him to catch some smaller waves so he doesn't get that 7.36, which he needs for that first place spot. Again, 2-man heat, only one wave rider will advance on to the semifinals. So one step closer to the finals is what's at stake here. With less than 1 minute remaining, can Chad Jackson find that secret wave of a 7.35? Jeff Hubbard, we got Kingy coming in just in a moment here. Do you have any last words you want to say before you head on over to the competitors area?
No, just looking forward to watching the rest of this event. It's going to be really fun, and I'm excited to see the boys just put on a show for us. Hope you guys are all enjoying it back at home on Webland. And cool, yeah. Damien King's going to sit down and give you guys a nice couple yarns. It's going to be cool. Enjoy.
All right. Thanks, brother. So Jeff Hubbard's sitting in the hot seat, and he's getting up, getting out, and he is probably going to cruise over to the competitors area where they have a big LCD screen, probably like the one you're watching at home, and chill out, hang out.